A recent wave of cyber attacks has highlighted significant vulnerabilities in Ivanti Endpoint Manager Mobile software, with Chinese hackers exploiting these flaws to target various sectors globally. This development raises concerns about the security of enterprise networks and the potential for widespread data breaches. On May 22, 2025, reports emerged detailing how a Chinese cyber espionage group, known as UNC5221, has leveraged two recently patched vulnerabilities, CVE-2025-4427 and CVE-2025-4428, to gain unauthorized access to systems across Europe, North America, and the Asia-Pacific region. These vulnerabilities allow attackers to execute arbitrary code without authentication, posing a serious risk to organizations in healthcare, telecommunications, finance, and other critical sectors. In this explainer, we'll delve into the specifics of these vulnerabilities, the techniques employed by the hackers, and the implications for cybersecurity professionals. If you find this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. On May 22, 2025, a significant escalation in cyber espionage was noted as a Chinese hacking group, known as UNC5221, began exploiting recently discovered vulnerabilities in Ivanti Endpoint Manager Mobile (EPMM) software. The vulnerabilities, identified as CVE-2025-4427 and CVE-2025-4428, were quickly patched by Ivanti, yet the rapid adoption of these exploits by UNC5221 underscored a worrying trend in cyber defense. The exploitation activities, which reportedly began on May 15, targeted a wide array of sectors, including healthcare, telecommunications, and defense. This highlights the indiscriminate nature of the attacks, aiming to infiltrate critical infrastructure and sensitive data repositories. Security experts have noted that the attack methodology employed by UNC5221 indicates a sophisticated understanding of the EPMM's architecture, allowing them to repurpose legitimate system components for covert operations. In addition to the initial exploitation, UNC5221 utilized a complex attack sequence that involved gaining access to an endpoint to execute commands remotely. This technique not only enables unauthorized access but also facilitates the deployment of malware, such as Krusty Loader, which serves as a conduit for further malicious payloads. The strategic choice of tools demonstrates UNC5221's capability to adapt and leverage existing vulnerabilities to enhance their operational effectiveness. Moreover, the group's tactics included targeting the MIFS database by exploiting hard-coded MySQL credentials, a method that significantly amplifies their ability to extract sensitive data. The implications of such breaches are profound, as they can lead to unauthorized access to enterprise networks, potentially compromising thousands of devices and sensitive user information. As the timeline of these exploits unfolded, it became evident that the threat landscape is evolving, with increased scanning activity observed prior to the public disclosure of the vulnerabilities. This preemptive probing behavior is often a precursor to larger-scale attacks, indicating that cyber adversaries are strategically preparing for exploitation opportunities well in advance of public awareness. The interconnectedness of these events paints a stark picture of the vulnerabilities present in global enterprise networks. As organizations increasingly rely on mobile device management solutions, the potential for exploitation of such systems poses a significant risk, demanding heightened vigilance and proactive security measures to safeguard against future threats. The recent exploitation of vulnerabilities in Ivanti Endpoint Manager Mobile (EPMM) software has far-reaching implications across multiple sectors. Organizations in healthcare, telecommunications, aviation, municipal government, finance, and defense are particularly vulnerable. The ability of attackers to execute arbitrary code without authentication means that a single breach could compromise entire networks, leading to significant operational disruptions and data theft. As the attacks unfold, the impact on sensitive data is profound. For instance, the exploitation of hard-coded MySQL credentials enables attackers to access critical databases, which can contain sensitive information about managed devices and user credentials. This level of access not only threatens individual organizations but also poses risks to national security, especially in sectors like defense and municipal government, where data integrity is paramount. Moreover, the use of sophisticated tools like Krusty Loader and Fast Reverse Proxy (FRP) illustrates the advanced capabilities of the threat actors. These tools facilitate lateral movement within networks, allowing attackers to escalate privileges and expand their reach. The implications are severe, as compromised systems could lead to unauthorized surveillance and manipulation of essential services. The cybersecurity landscape is further complicated by the detection of command and control servers linked to previous attacks, indicating a systematic approach by cybercriminals. The connection to known malware like AutoColor suggests that these groups are leveraging established infrastructures to enhance their operations. This continuity of tactics raises alarms about the potential for future attacks, as threat intelligence firms note increased scanning activity targeting related systems, signaling ongoing reconnaissance efforts by malicious actors. In summary, the sector-wide impact of these cyber attacks is extensive, threatening not only the integrity of individual organizations but also the security and stability of critical infrastructure globally. The urgency for robust cybersecurity measures has never been clearer, as the ramifications of these vulnerabilities extend well beyond immediate financial losses. In light of the recent exploits targeting Ivanti Endpoint Manager Mobile software, organizations must take immediate and strategic steps to bolster their cybersecurity defenses. First and foremost, it is crucial for IT departments to conduct a comprehensive security audit of all systems utilizing Ivanti EPMM. This includes assessing the patching status of software and ensuring that the latest security updates have been applied to mitigate vulnerabilities such as CVE-2025-4427 and CVE-2025-4428. Organizations should also implement a robust monitoring system to detect unusual network activities, particularly focusing on potential indicators of compromise linked to the observed behaviors of the UNC 5221 group. This includes monitoring for unauthorized access attempts to critical endpoints and databases, as well as tracking outbound connections that may signal data exfiltration efforts. Furthermore, enhancing employee training on cybersecurity awareness is paramount. Employees should be educated about the risks associated with phishing attacks and social engineering tactics that could facilitate unauthorized access to enterprise systems. Regular training sessions can empower staff to recognize suspicious activities and respond appropriately. Another key recommendation is the adoption of a zero-trust security model. This approach requires strict identity verification for every person and device attempting to access resources on the network, regardless of whether they are inside or outside the organization's perimeter. Implementing multi-factor authentication, MFA, can significantly reduce the risk of unauthorized access. Additionally, organizations should consider engaging with threat intelligence services to stay informed about emerging threats and vulnerabilities. By leveraging real-time intelligence, organizations can better anticipate potential attacks and adjust their defenses accordingly. Lastly, establishing an incident response plan is essential. Organizations must prepare for the possibility of a breach by outlining clear protocols for containment, mitigation, and recovery. This plan should include regular drills to ensure that all team members are familiar with their roles and responsibilities in the event of a cyber incident. By taking these proactive measures, organizations can enhance their resilience against cyber threats and protect their critical assets in an increasingly hostile digital landscape. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals.